Okay, and we're going to be starting this morning lying on our back. So if you want to get comfy, you're welcome to lie back down. Just take your TheraBand along with you. And let me just make sure that I'm recording in Zoom as well. Recording was paused. Resume recording. Nice. Okay. And yes, we are all muted. Cool. My mom and dad might join in a bit. They're on a walk. So if I come back to the screen and add more people in, it's just me doing that. All right. Okay, so we're lying back down. And okay. So just keep your TheraBand next to you for a moment, but forget about it. And we're lying on our back with our feet parallel hip width distance. So if you had to draw lines from your heels to your sitting bones, those lines would be pretty much straight. Okay, so you really want your feet pointing forwards. And I know it's hard to know exactly where your feet are because you can't see them, but ideally relatively parallel. Okay. Take your hands, let's take them to the fronts of our hips, the two pointy sticky out bones at the front of your hips. The correct name is your ASIS. So keeping your hands on your ASIS, I just want you to start moving into a pelvic tilting motion. So we're going to inhale to arch into our lower back. We tip the pelvis forward, your pubic bone reaches away from you, and then on your exhale, we round into our lower back, and your pubic bone will echo by tipping back towards your belly button. Okay, so we inhale to arch, and we exhale to tuck. I'd really encourage you to try and get the breath to work with the movement. So in the inhale arch moment, we're filling the tummy, but we're also filling into the sides of our ribs. And a weird feeling, but try to breathe into your lower back as well. So you're really expanding through your trunk. And then on the exhale, almost like a bellows when you blow air onto a fire. You want that air to really be pushed out of the system on your exhalation and your tuck. Nice. Keep going. Let's go for about 10 more. Feeling the weight of the back of your head on the floor. Weight of the back of your shoulders on the floor. And even the back of your ribs. Staying pretty consistently grounded. Of course, when you arch into your lower back, your ribs will flare a little bit. There's no avoiding that. It's just like Bonnie and Clyde. Last 3. There's mom and pops. Nice. 2. And last time. I'd like you to try and find your neutral spine now from the toing and froing of the pelvic tilting. Find your happy medium between those two extremes. Settle in on that spot. Just try and relax into your lower back muscles. Nice. Okay, so keeping it really simple, we're going to take our left leg into tabletop position. Keep your hands on your ASIS bones at the front of your pelvis. So just the left leg into tabletop. Try and make it as true a tabletop as possible. Right knee stays pointing up towards the sky. Keep your ribs really heavy. And then slowly let your left knee open out to the left-hand side. Super, super slow. So you want that left knee to go as far as possible whilst keeping your right bum cheek down. And then bring the left leg back through center. Okay? Keep going with this. We're going to go for about 8. Super subtle movement, but the purpose of it is pelvic stability. So you're going to let the left knee open out to the left. Just keep your right foot on the floor for now. Yeah, just exactly. Cool. So And you'll still notice, even with the right foot on the floor, you'll notice that the right knee wants to also open out to the right. You want to keep it dead still. If you press your fingers into the tissue of your belly on the right-hand side, you might notice your abdominals switch on just a little bit on the lower right-hand side of your tummy. And that's what we want to recruit. Last two. So it's a very subtle abdominal activation. Nice. Good. And last time. Well done. Place the left foot down, just go straight over to the other side. See if you can add in your breathing a little more on this side. So right leg is in tabletop, left foot down, left knee pointing straight up towards the sky. And it's an exhale as the right knee opens out to the right. Keep your left bum cheek grounded. Inhale to bring it back in. Exhale to open. Inhale, bring it back in. So this is not a burny exercise in terms of muscle activation. It's all about mind-body connection. Keeping the pelvis dead still, keeping your ribs down, keeping your neutral, keeping left bum cheek down, keeping left knee pointing straight up to the sky. Good. Noticing the temptation that the right leg puts onto the whole system to roll over to the right-hand side. It's a counter-rotational movement. Last two. Nice. And last time. Amazing. Place the right foot down. Grab your resistance band. You're going to take the band on top of your left foot. My left leg is so stiff today for some reason. Anyway, so left leg is going to go straight up towards the sky. Right leg, let's start with the knee bent. Okay, so keep your right knee bent with your foot on the floor. This is the same idea. We want to keep our pelvis dead still. You're going to slowly start to circle through the left leg. So send your left leg forward and down. Keep your neutral. Open your left leg out to the left, really, really big and wide. Take it up towards the sky and around. Okay. If you move too quick, you might lose a little bit of the muscle activation that there is in this posture. So move slow. Good. And keep your right knee really pointing straight up towards the sky. Good. Nice. Now, see what it feels like if you want to go there to straighten out your right leg on the mat. Okay. And you might notice, it's a little trickier. You want to push the right leg through the floor. Your elbows, if they are on the ground, they will be helping you to stabilize. So if you want more challenge, you can take your arms off of the ground, or at least lift your elbows off of the ground, and you might notice, a little bit more challenge. Okay. So really watch the right bum cheek. Keep it absolutely super glued to the floor. And then you'll feel, hopefully, a little bit more abdominal activation. Especially when the left leg is far open to the left, glue your right bum cheek down completely. Last two. And one. Okay, now just to feel the difference, just reverse your direction. Whichever direction you were going with that circle, take it the other way around now. Be really, really, really pedantic about that right hip. Okay, keep it down, keep it down. Keep the right side of your lower back relatively on the floor. You're still neutral, but you're not letting that right side of your lower back lift off of the ground. Okay. Last two. And one. Okay, now to make life a whole bunch more interesting, we're going to remove the band and we're going to see if we can keep going. Okay. You can take your hands alongside you on the ground and slowly, without the band now, start to do the same thing. Opening your leg out to the side, around, yeah? And keep your right bum cheek down. Keep your ribs down. I would highly suggest an exhale when your leg is opening out to the side. Okay, and we want to use our core to keep the pelvis steady here. 3, 2, 1. Let's just reverse it for 4 if you can. It's kind of normal to get a burny feeling at the front of the hip because your psoas muscle is working very hard, psoas and rectus femoris. Last 2, your 2 hip flexors. There's more than 2, but these are the main ones. Last time. And left knee down or left foot down, sorry, and grab your TheraBand. If you get a clicking and a catching in the hip, make your movement smaller. But what I have noticed with the clicking and catching in the hip is that sometimes it happens when your leg isn't active enough. So you're circling with like a kind of a really floppy knee. Activate the leg. Anyway, TheraBand on top of the right foot, left knee bent. And then let's slowly start to circle it. So we take it down, out around, and up. Just feeling the groove. Good. As you start to kind of tune into the weight of the back of your pelvis, especially the left-hand side, you have this little battle to keep that left side from moving. Okay. If you want to now, you can straighten out your left leg, push it through the floor. So just because the right leg is the working leg doesn't mean that left leg is on holiday, okay? So left leg also works because our 2 pelvic halves work in unison. It's not like one side works and the other side just doesn't. Good, really nice. Last one in this direction with the band. Keep your ribs pulling down into the floor, and then let's reverse it nice and slow. Just notice the difference in the different feelings that you get from this change in direction. If you want more, just lift your elbows a little bit off the ground. You can take both ends of the band into one arm if you like, but having the elbows on the floor is going to make your life a little easier. If you've really struggled to keep your pelvis down on that left-hand side, just take that on board that maybe there's a little bit of a difference in strength on this side compared to the other side. Okay, last time, I know I have it. This side I struggle. Okay, let's get rid of the band and see if we can continue the movements. Remember, we activate really, really intentionally through the right leg. You can take your hands down alongside your body, palms facing up or down, doesn't matter. And then slowly start your circle. Don't expect to go as wide as you did with the band, okay? Your focus is still on pelvic stability, not on how big your circle is. Nice. Keep slicing your left leg through the floor. Last 3 in this direction. Keep drawing your ribs down. 2. Looks really nice from what I can see. 1, and then let's just reverse it. I always feel like subconsciously we choose the easiest direction first. 3. Push that left side of the back of your hip into the floor. 2. And 1. Amazing, well done. Place your feet down. You can bend your knees and then just take a windscreen wipe. So good. Okay, we're going to come into some bridge work from here. Just need to move my coffee cup because I can't see clear. There you go. So, feet on the floor, hands relaxed down alongside your body, and we're parallel hip width distance to the feet again. Coming into some bridge work. Initiate through your pelvic tilt. We're going to inhale to arch into our lower back. Exhale, tuck, round into the lower back, and come up through a really tucked tail into your bridge. Relax through the neck and shoulders. Get a sensation of heaviness through the rib cage, but see if you can imagine and initiate more buoyancy through your pelvis. So really push your feet through the floor. Bring your inner thighs closer towards each other. Feel the big toe edges of your feet press down. And then slowly, one vertebra at a time, come down. Ideally on an exhale, we really want to soften it down. Relax your bum muscles just before you touch down. Well done. Let's go again. We're going to go for 8 total. That's 7 more to go. Exhale, tuck. Pick your pelvis up. Relax through your neck and shoulders. Inhale at the top. And exhale, slowly come down, feeling the central line of your spine, that line that cuts you in left and right halves. We're going down on that line. Good. Keep it going. 6 more. Exhale, pushing evenly through the feet to come up, sending your kneecaps forward like 2 torpedoes. Long thigh bones stretching forward. Slowly come down when you're ready. The analogy that I love the most with bridging is the idea that every time you come down, your tailbone is going to be lower and lower on your mat. So you're actually kind of decompressing a little bit. As you come down, really think about pulling, lengthening the space between the vertebra on the way down. So your tailbone touches down half a millimeter lower each time. Nice. 3 to go. As the pelvis lifts, the rib cage gets heavy. So something going up, something going down. That heavy rib cage is really nice to initiate that descent. Last 2. Well done. Okay. On the last one, if you can, please try and keep it at the top. So we're going to exhale, tuck, and lift, and hold at the top. Nice. Okay, so imagine a cup of tea came down from space and landed on your tummy, and you want to keep that cup of tea really still. With that in mind, get your ribs a little heavier, lift your pelvis a little higher, and see if you can lift the heel of your left foot off of the floor, and then maybe that whole left foot can float off of the ground. Okay, your right bum cheek lights up like a Christmas tree, and then left foot comes down, right foot lifts up. Okay, the first 1 or 2 feel really intense, and then you should start to get a little bit of a sense of, okay, this is what I need to do. Switch from leg to leg. Now, you've spent a lot of time already focusing on your pelvis. To keep that focus, that's your prime objective. Pelvic stability as you switch from foot to foot. 7. If you start to feel your lower back take over, think draw belly in, think tuck. But if you can't help it and lower back is doing everything, come down, take a break, and then come back in. Otherwise, you got 4 more. Okay. You want to really keep the ribs drawing down, keep the lower back really long. Last 2. Keeping the back of your neck long as well. Last one. Nice. And then lower it down. Hug your knees in towards your body, or do anything else that feels good. If a hug doesn't feel so nice, you can go for a windscreen wipe. I remember in the beginning of my Pilates journey, people used to say, hug your knees, and I just hated it. Anyway, bringing your TheraBand back into the party, we're going to do bridge, and then it's going to be a single leg bridge this time, but your one foot's going to be in the TheraBand, okay? When we get to the top of the bridge, I'm going to ask you to hold it, and we're going to try and draw a circle, okay? Just like we did with our butt on the ground. I'll show you. All right, so elbows on the floor is going to help you. So keeping the elbows down, right foot on the ground, left leg up. You got to initiate through your tuck, okay? So we round into the lower back, push your right foot into the floor, squeeze your right glute, and lift up into your single leg bridge. Don't worry too much about height, okay? And then slowly, this is going to feel very different, start to circle your left leg. Keep the back of your neck long. Really feel the pinky toe of your right foot push into the floor. Send your right thigh bone forward. Stretch that right kneecap forward. Good. And then see if you can access your tummy muscles here. Lower right hand side particularly. Try 4 more in this direction. So it's not so much about the circle as it is everything else staying stable. Okay. 2, 1. Just try reverse it for 4. Good. 3. Squeeze your right glute. Lift a little higher if you can. 2, 1. Nice. And then lower it all the way down. Well done. Whew. Great. Let's just switch it up. So right foot comes into the TheraBand, left foot down. Okay, same exact thing here. The tighter the band is, like the more tension you have on the band, the more support you're going to have if you really found that difficult. Okay, left foot down, right leg up, ribs down. And then we're going to come up into our bridge. So tuck, pick your pelvis up, feel all 5 toes of the left foot down, stretch that left thigh bone forward, and then start to circle. Nice. So don't even worry about how big your circle is or how high your bum is off the ground. All we want here is pelvic stability. And that will echo down into the left knee. So left knee stays dead still. Keep the back of your neck long, back of the neck and lower back tend to do the same thing. Keep lower back long. Let's reverse it for 4. Good, left knee points straight up to the sky. 3, feel pinky toe of left foot on the ground. 2, and 1. Amazing. And lower it down. Nice. Let's get rid of the band for a second. Take a little windscreen wipe or a hug of the knees, whatever you want. Anything that feels nice. Cool. All right, now I want us to try that without the support of the band. Okay, so obviously that's the most difficult. If you already felt your lower back really kicking in with your foot in the band, then stay with that level. Otherwise, without the band, we're going to come into a single leg bridge and attempt, let's try 5 slow circles in each direction. Okay, hands relax alongside you. If you want to go beast mode, you can reach your hands to the sky, but I wouldn't recommend that just yet. Ribs down. And then it's come up into a bridge. So 2 feet on the ground to begin. Tuck, pick your pelvis up, come into your bridge. Just get there, be there, ribs draw down. All right, now let's go left leg first. So bring your left leg into tabletop position and then straighten your left leg up to the sky. Right knee points straight up to the sky as well. Slowly start your circle with the left leg. You're going to press down into the floor through the back of your arms. Keep drawing your ribs down. Keep lengthening through the nape of your neck. An exhale is recommended when the leg goes out to the side. You got 3. Feel the core on the lower right side of your tummy. Use that to keep your pelvis steady. 2, 1. Reverse your direction of your circle for 4, 3. Lift up high through the glute. Keep lower back long. 2. Yes. 1. Nice. Left foot down. Lift your bum high. Right leg up. Okay, nice. Let's go straight in. Maybe go in the opposite direction to the one you kind of instinctively wanted to go through first. I feel like we always choose the easiest side first. I should speak for myself. Last 3. Ribs down. Squeeze that left glute. 2. 1. And reverse it for 5. Keep your pinky toe of your left foot on the ground. 4. 3. 2. Push into the floor through the back of your arms. 1. And right foot down. Take it down. Hug your knees in or do whatever feels good. Nice. So that's huge strength required to prevent rotation. So we're going to basically do the complete opposite now by coming into rotational movements, intentional rotation on all fours. So when you're ready, join me on your hands and knees and your TheraBand not too far away. But now we don't have the floor behind us to help us know where our spine is. So you have to really check in. Use your body awareness. Let's find our neutral here. You can do a few little cat cows to feel that out. Nice. Maybe two more. Let's try relax your neck. And then settle somewhere in your neutral. All right, now your shins are going to stay on the mat. Your legs are going to stay down. I'm going to twist away from you first. So let's push the floor away. Right arm opens out to the right-hand side into rotation. So stay in that moment for a second. Feel the pinky toe of your right foot, so the top side of the pinky toe of the right foot press into the floor, and the top side of the pinky toe of your left foot press into the floor. Okay, and then slowly take that right hand down, left arm up. Okay, good. Keep going, twisting from side to side. The idea here is that we're allowing our trunk to rotate. So all 12 ribs on each side rotating, but your pelvis is staying steady. So imagine your sitting bones are reaching straight back to the wall behind you the whole time. Your rib cage is twisting from side to side. Imagine a laser beam of light coming out through the crown of your head. So as you twist, you're lengthening as well. So lengthening forward towards the wall in front of you through the crown of your head. All right, take a little shell stretch for a second. Sit your bum back towards your heels. Breathe here. Breathe into the sides of your lungs. Breathe into your lower back. Breathe into the back of your ribs. To really fill your ribs. You've got 12 of them on each side of your body. One more breath. Nice. And then we're going to come back into that same shape, but this time see if you can increase the load by bending your elbow. So instead of a straight arm opening out to the side, I'm going to, I guess, do like a weird little salute shape, yeah? And I'm going to open my elbow up towards the ceiling and squeeze it down. Good. And then we're going to stay on that side for 8. So I'm going to bring my elbow in towards my opposite side forearm, and then I'm going to open up. So if you can open on an exhale. And down. And open. Good. So if it's available to you, see if you can really keep your hips above your knees. So don't bring your right hand so far back to clear. Maybe send your right arm a bit further forward if you can. Yes. It's not as nice. 3. Feel your pinky toes on the ground. 2. Okay, last one. See if you can open and hold it open. And you're going to pulse it up there. 10. Send the elbow back. 9, 8, 7. Draw your low belly in. 5, 4. Pinky toes. 3, 2, 1. And then thread it all the way to the other side. So you're going to unsalute your hand. Reach the left arm down underneath your right arm. And come down into that thread the needle shape. Tuck your chin, lengthen through the nape of your neck. Breathe into that lower left side. Okay, one more breath here. and then bring it out. Okay, let's switch a Rooney. So if my hands are too far back here, close to my knees, it's going to be a little bit too easy. So really get your 4-point kneeling. And then right hand comes off. You can place your fingertips on the back of your head. And we're going to bring that right elbow in towards left forearm. Good. And then open up. As you rotate and you open, see if you can subtly feel what happens in your feet, or at least in your shins. So keep the tops of your toes pressing into the mat evenly. Feel the pinky toe. 3. I find this very challenging. 2. Okay, last one, try lift, hold, pulse. So once you're at the top there, squeeze your shoulder blade down, pulse your elbow towards that wall behind you. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then take it the opposite way. Right arm threads down and through towards the left side. Tuck your chin towards your throat to get length through the nape of your neck. And breathe. Relax your cheeks, unclench your jaw if you are clenching. One more breath. Nice, and then release. Okay, so we're going to take it into a pulling exercise with the TheraBands. It's more of that, but actually increasing difficulty. So if you feel like you don't want to use the band, that's fine. The band is just going to add a little bit more challenge. Okay, so we're going to take the band underneath our hands on 4-point kneeling, on all fours again. I want to rotate away from you just so that you can have a nice kind of view to copy. Neutralize your spine again. Lengthen through the crown of your head, squeeze your shoulder blades down, and send your left leg long back behind you. Keep your toes tucked under for now, like on the floor, just for now, on the left foot. So just keeping the toes on the ground. And you want to think about the left hip drawing down towards the floor. So not opening up to the sky, but left hip stays pointing down. Right arm is going to be the working arm. So take your band into the right hand, nice strong grip. Lengthen through the crown of your head, lengthen out through the left heel, draw the low belly in, squeeze your left glute, and then see if you can pull your right arm up to the sky, twisting to the right. Slowly bring it back down. Don't just let it zap you back. So slowly bring it down. Okay, and again, let's go. 6, pull, twist. As you twist, notice if the left hip wants to really sink to the floor. Press down into your right shin. Press out through the left heel. Slowly come down. Nice. Good. And pull, twist. So that right working arm, when you pull, you're squeezing your shoulder blade down. Tuck your chin, lengthen through the nape of your neck. Slowly return. 3 to go. Pull. Good. Slowly come back. Notice as you pull, if you twist onto the pinky toe edge of the left foot. So you want to really press out through the heel. Keep the big toe grounded on the left foot there. Pull. Slowly down. Okay, last time. Pull. Open. And slowly lower it down. Nice. Right hand down, left knee down. Let's switch to the other side. So we will repeat this, and on the second when we repeat it, I'm going to offer you the leg lifting. Okay, but for now, just keep the toes down on the right side. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Squeeze your shoulder blades down, draw your belly in, and then left arm pulls. Open. Good. Slowly bring it back. Super slow. Nice. Trying to keep that left elbow relatively straight as you pull, leading with the pinky finger. Nice. Squeeze your right glute. Really squeeze your right bum cheek. And lift. Nice. Slowly down. Last 3, So keep squeezing your right shoulder blade back and down into your system. Good. 2. Yes. Pinky toe of left foot still on the mat. So you haven't rolled to the inside edge of that left foot last time. Good. And slowly release. Take a shell stretch. So knees open wide, big toes to touch. And reach your arms forward, breathing into the sides of your ribs. Relax your elbows. Really let your arms feel super heavy. That stuff is so hard, just so you know. Like if you're like, wow, this is intense, it's really intense. Okay. Last set of the same. The reason why we're doing quite a few sets is honestly, if we don't do more than 3 sets, we're not going to change anything in our body. Okay, so minimum 3 sets of anything is going to do change. Usually with strength training, 5 sets is the golden number, but we're not going to do 5. All right, so same thing. And now if you wanted the extra challenge, then you lift the long leg up. It's going to tempt your lower back to arch. Okay, so the whole time you're going to be thinking, hugging the bottom ribs in, lengthening through the lower back, and charging up through the glutes. Okay. All right, so left leg long, press the ground away, lengthen through the crown of your head. Okay, right arm is your working arm. So I'm going to pull my right arm up towards the sky. As my right arm lifts, I want to also think about lifting through the left glute. So lift your left leg higher. Think about lifting from the inner thigh, and then slowly take your arm down. Nice. And open. Try not to have a bend in the left knee. So the left leg is completely straight. Okay, so that's if you keep your left knee bent, you're losing the power of your hamstrings. Okay, so straighten out through that left leg. Slowly down. Nice. Last 2. Open. Okay, last one. Try and lift and hold at the top if you can, okay? Lift, hold, pulse the right arm up, pulse the left leg up for 8, 7. So the lifted arm, lifted leg pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Whew. Oh my goodness. That was intense. Oh my word. All right. Well done. If you're ready for the other side, let's go for it. I know that it's a lot on the wrists, but this is bone density 101, okay? Stretch the right leg back. Lift the right leg up. Lengthen through the crown of your head. So try not to let the head hang. Look just to the horizon of your mat. Pull your low belly in a lot, okay? And then left arm, we're going to go for it. Oops, need to get a grip of my band. And pull. Slowly down. So the whole time, right leg is stretching long back behind you. Okay. 4 to go. So we're trying to do about 6 total. As you pull, don't let the right hip drop down. So as you pull, you got to squeeze the right glute more. Nice, Val. 2. Okay, last one is the Bernie pulse. Okay, open, lift, hold, pulse, leg and arm. 10, 9, draw belly in. 8, 7, length through the crown, squeeze your right shoulder blade down, lift your rib cage away from the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Amazing. Shell it out, get off the wrists for a sec. Breathing down into your lower belly. Let's take one more breath. Okay, the last, what's it, 4 minutes or so, we're just going to take a lie down onto our back. and do a little bit of abdominal work. Um, I want to say to cool down after all of that hard uh, pelvic stability work. Okay, so we're back on our back again. Just notice your spine. Notice the bones that feel maybe a little bit more prominent. And then let's hug our right leg in towards our body. Stretch your left leg long out in front of you on your mat. Nice. Now, from here, using your lower abdominals, lift your left leg off of the ground. So you're going to hover it. Yes, indeed. Good. In this moment, draw your ribs down. Yeah. And just get a sense of drawing your belly in. Okay. So we don't want our tummy bulging to the sky. Bring your left leg in. Stretch your right leg forward. So you're going to switch your grip. Nice, exactly. So we're going to inhale as the legs switch. Exhale as one leg straightens out. Inhale through the switch. Exhale through the straightening. Inhale through the switch. Exhale through the straightening. Again, you might get a little bit of a clicky hip thing going on. I've done orthopedic testing on people's hips, and everyone has a bit of a click. A lot of people do, so don't freak out about it. It's okay. 3. A lot of the time, it's just one of your tendons kind of rolling over a bone, or maybe it's a bit of cartilage. 2. Now, if you want more, let's take ourselves up into flexion. So we're going to roll our rib cage forward, curling up, and we're going to continue to switch for 10. Good. 9. We want a long back of the neck. So we're looking down at our tummy. And when you look down at your tummy, on your exhale, you want to pull your tummy in. And 4. And 3. Nice. And 2. And 1. Okay, keep whichever leg is close to you in close, but just take your hands behind your thigh. See if you can straighten your leg towards the ceiling. Good. And then you're going to do more of a scissory swap. So you're going to switch the grip with straight legs, hands behind the thigh. Inhale and exhale as the leg drops down. Inhale, leg lifts up. Exhale, other leg goes down. Exactly. If you have the flexibility, you can take your grip higher up towards behind the ankle. Go for 10. Lift a little higher if you can. You can always lower your head down if you need to. Activate through your feet though, whatever you're doing. 6 and 5. Good. 4 and 3. Nice and controlled. 2 and 1. Amazing. Lower your head down, lower your feet down. Take a little windscreen wipe. Okay, let's straighten our legs out on the mat and reach your arms long back behind you. We're going to take a bit of a side body stretch. And for this, you essentially want to visualize your body turning into a banana shape. So we're going to actually lift our bum up and move it over to the left side of your mat. Yeah. So if your booty is on the left, you're going to take your legs over to the right. Okay. And what I like to do is hook your right ankle over your left. So you're really pinning that left leg down. Yeah. Keep your left bum cheek on the floor as best you can. And then both arms go to the top right-hand corner. So really just to visualize a banana and you're becoming a banana. You're stretching over the lower left side of your tummy and maybe on the outer hip on that left side. Breathing down into that lower left area. Pull your ribs into the floor. Take one more breath. Just notice any tension in your mouth, in your face. Try and relax it. Well done. And we're just going to switcheroo to the other side. So coming back through center, bum over to the right. That means if our bum's on the right, our legs are going to go towards the left side of the mat. And then you hook. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Some people like to hook the right ankle over or the left ankle over. Just cross your ankles to maximize your stretch. And then both arms to the top left. It can be quite nice if you actually use your left hand to kind of like pull gently on the right wrist. The most important thing is the breath. So we breathe into the right side. On your exhale, feel a sensation of your ribs getting heavy. Okay, one more breath here. Well done. Bring it back through center. And if you want to do a knee hug, go for the knee hug. If you want to do a windscreen wipe, go for a windscreen wipe. Take a second to just equalize and then roll up into your seat. Oops. And my dear people, it is 48 minutes past, just so you know. So thank you so much for joining. Let me pop the recording off there. This is so nice. It's so lovely seeing you all. Are we okay out there? Feeling good? Nice, thank you. Totally, right? I feel that. And I noticed, yeah, it took me a while to figure that one out for myself, but it's the more active you keep it, the less it's going to click. Yeah. Yay. I'm glad that made sense because, yeah, it really helped me a lot with that because I was just like click, 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 click every time. All right. Yeah. Any other findings or things you noticed in your body? Oh, Val, you're muted there, just so you know. Yeah. Is it a sore click? Is it a painful click? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, sometimes you might, when you're on the mat, you might have these like flashbacks to moments in your life that I feel like we almost like internalize a particular position and it comes to us on the mat. You're like, that's the cause of this. You sometimes have this moment. You're just like, oh my gosh, that's what that is. But just think about when you're doing your circles to keep your legs super active. So no kind of bent knee, really reaching out through the leg. It won't necessarily take it away completely because there's something called snapping hip syndrome, and it is just the tendon of either your adductor, your inner thigh, or your hip flexor, psoas, just rolling over the bone. And then sometimes there can be a little bit of cartilage damage, just wear and tear as we go through life. It's not something to avoid. You don't avoid the movements unless there's a lot of pain there. So if there's no pain, just stay super active and slowly move through. Yeah. Oh, thanks, everyone. So good to see you. Have a great day. And I'll send the recording and yoga. Lots of love. Bye. Let me say hi to mom and dad. Are you going to stay on, Ma? There we go. You're muted, Muxels. How's it? Good in you, man. Ah.